Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And good morning to you. Time for Coffee Ann here on ON Radio. It's Friday. It's October 18th. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name is
welcome.
Joe Callahan. That's Dave Richards right over there.
I am.
Good morning to you there, Dave.
Hi there.
We'll be joined by Rich Lane from American Legion Post 85 coming up within 20 minutes to a half an hour when Rich arrives, so that'll be cool. Right now, our first segment sponsor of the Coffee Ann program is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
It certainly is, Ollie. Would you like me to say something nice about them?
Please, as you scroll through your
inbox
do that from
right
the
there.
Chamber.
Well, we have it right here, and it's the list, as they call it, from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. And the Bolden Business Breakfast was yesterday. Dave, move on. I got this email a couple of days ago.
Obviously.
Coming up, Small Business Advisory Seminar, Strategic Succession. Strategic Succession. I don't know if I like that idea. Throw out the old bums and bring in new people in here. Let's get this thing changed over. Anyway, but seriously, a lot of people who I associate with, who own businesses, are all concerned about how the business continues when they decide not to work every day anymore. And this is information that you could have, and you just simply, there's no fee to attend, but you do have to register. Call the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce at 334-1000 after 9 o'clock this morning. Register for the Small Business Advisory Seminar Strategic Succession. And that is, by the way, from 8:30 to 9:30 on November the 1st. And that's at their offices, Blackstone Valley Place. So drop by that, and I'm just telling you to do that. Don't wait till you become a member so you can just click the register button. Register it. I think when you go to that session, you'll see some of the great value in a chamber membership, and it'll take and improve my point as it is just like that. Then Welcome Wednesday's coming up on November the 6th. That's the day after the election. Small Business Round Table from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning. And remember that all chamber members have dispensation to miss Coffee Ann that day and make it up on the replay later on. That's right here in Woonsocket on Main Street at the Woonsocket Education Center. And I don't understand something, Joe. Maybe someone out there can explain it to me.
All right.
Now this sounds like a Dave Richards joke, but I was on Main Street going to City Hall. We had some business at City Hall, and I parked in front of the commercial building where the Woonsocket Education Center is. And on the sandwich board sign, in big letters, it says WOC.
What?
I'm trying to figure out how the Woonsocket Education Center is called WOC.
It's got to be
Maybe it's occupational. Do you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, but it says Woonsocket Education Center.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'd like to know how that works out. Anyway, that's coming up. Also later on the 14th, the Eggs and Issues Breakfast with Douglas Alexander, Director of the Institute for Cybersecurity and Emerging Technologies at Rhode Island College. You're going to find that one will be worth your time, 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning at the Kirkbrae Country Club, Eggs and Issues Breakfast. You have to register for that as well. And then, of course, the networking pop-up coming up in November is from 4:30 to 6:30. It's at Phantom Farms Brewery on November the 20th. Something you're interested in, Joe? Huh?
A little, yes.
Over in Cumberland. And, of course, the holiday open house coming up in December. We'll tell you more about that as time goes along. Vendor spots are still available. The Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, 334-1000, because business matters.
All right, Dave, one of my favorite jokes that Benny Hill ever told, and I'm sure he stole it from others, was he said, there you go, jump into conclusions again. It's the only exercise you ever get. I thought that was music. So here we go. We just had it on our national news.
Yeah.
The flight attendant out there in San Francisco jumping to conclusions about this woman's T-shirt, and I don't like it. So I'm jumping to conclusions that it's a hateful message, and therefore you can't fly on this Delta airline.
Okay.
Jumping to conclusions. Same thing as what the people are doing in Massachusetts, who shut down that restaurant in Hudson because they were serving the people dressed as Nazi SS soldiers.
Yeah.
Not really that they were basically actors reenacting.
They couldn't open
World
the
War
other day
II
because
thing.
of threats made against
Too
them.
many threats against them. People jumping to the wrong conclusions. Just
they were
incredible.
actors
in a
still had
reenactment.
their costumes on.
Yes.
They were not acting like Nazis. They
No.
were not threatening.
They were just dressed that way.
They just
and
had
they
the
were hungry.
costumes on, and they
Yeah.
were hungry, right?
And I guess, in hindsight, yeah, you should have changed. Maybe going forward they will. But to take it out on the restaurant is the wrong jumping to conclusions. But I've always said this, Dave. The people with the most power in the world, maybe not in the world, the most power in the United States, are flight attendants.
What's that?
The people with the most power in the world are flight
Well, I
attendants.
guess in a manner of speaking, yes.
All they have to say is, "I don't want you on this plane."
I have reason.
For whatever reason.
I have reason to expect that your presence on this aircraft will be disruptive or dangerous.
Whether it's true or not. And all they do is they tell the pilot's not going to ask questions, and they take you off the plane, tell it to
and
the
let
judge
the suits
later.
sort it out.
That's right. But right now, if the flight attendant decides you're not on the plane, you're not on the plane.
If the flight
That's it.
attendant
You're
feels
off.
threatened by you or anything, or think that you might be a threat to another passenger.
Well, that's what they'll say. But even if there isn't a
Well,
confrontation,
now you're looking at it rather cynically, and I
Yes,
suppose that
I
could
am.
happen. But you have to understand, on an airline flight, you're flying up there at 30, 40,000 feet.
or you're going to
This
be.
is not the place for a collegiate discussion.
Well, they have it
This is
before
a
you
place
leave.
for safety.
Right. I understand. But
So better to overreact and in the interest of safety than to underreact and have safety compromised was the entire intent behind that.
and I've always tips on flying. The flight attendants always greet you when you
They do, and they
on the
usually
plane.
smile and they're
But
nice.
But they're doing it for a reason. And if you don't smile back and say hi to them, automatically you're suspicious. So they're watching you.
Oh, that's so.
So and I've learned this. Not that I've been thrown
Well,
off
I
a plane.
smile all the time. So
Not that I've been thrown off a plane, but I've learned this. And you always be nice to the flight attendants. and
just
do
like
what-
you're
and do
always
whatever
nice.
they ask.
You're always nice to the secretary. You're always nice to the janitor because they can keep you from getting your job done.
That's right. So anyway, that restaurant in Hudson, Mass, the Kith and Kin, says the harassment and threats grew so loud they had to close on Tuesday to protect the staff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And all they did,
that's incredible.
all they did was treat someone fairly.
Yeah.
Because you look at it this way. Okay, hey, you're dressed with Nazi uniforms. We're not going to serve you here. Next thing, ACLU's on your door.
Oh, yeah.
And you're in court spending tens of thousands of dollars for a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So you're darned if you do and darned if you don't. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to say,
right.
well, they're not acting in a threatening way. They're not talking with a German accent. They're not doing anything that would harm the other patrons. And we're good with it, so come on in and eat.
They probably even said, when the waiter or waitress came up to them, hey, nice outfits, guys. Yeah, we were doing this reenactment
They
thing
were,
over there in
yeah.
Hudson. Yeah, then we just and we finished up, and now we're coming here for a bite to eat. Oh, that's nice. Okay, fine.
Right.
And what does everybody want? But
Yeah,
all right.
and so you've got a bunch of really, really inconsiderate, selfish people who want to rule the world through social media
Yes.
so that it appeals to them.
let me get out my camera and take pictures of the Nazis
Right.
having dinner,
Right.
or lunch, and I will post this.
Reminds me of somebody.
I'm the good person, Dave.
Reminds me of somebody who threatened us with social media on Monday morning when all they had to do
Yes.
was stop and point something out, and we would have complied immediately right in front of them.
And the point on that, Dave.
And they had to threaten social media
Yes.
humiliation rather than tell us, oh, did you realize that you're blocking this?
And I even said, I made the suggestion, go over there and
tell them.
talk them, and they'll probably move.
Right.
And the verbatim said back to me, I will not do that.
Yeah.
I will not do that.
So you're dealing with
I
that
will-
kind of personality
I
here.
will film and I will post.
Yes.
Okay. I can't stop you from doing that. So go, okay.
This person needs a lot of praying for them.
So did it,
I really think so.
did it make it onto TikTok?
They've got
I-
a lot more hurt in their heart, and they just got to share, I guess. Huh?
I don't know if it made it onto TikTok. No one has called us to
Oh, I
say
don't
you're
know.
on there. None of us are members of TikTok, so we can't go look it up.
Right.
So nor do I want to. So,
Well,
okay.
as soon as you told me that person pulled that
Mm-hmm.
on us, I said, why didn't they just tell us?
I don't know.
And so you said that I asked them that, and they said they wouldn't do it.
Right.
I says, well, obviously, this is somebody who has a different motivation than safety and stuff like that in their heart. and they just want to poke at somebody and feel like they are the righteous sort of the sort of righteousness in society. Okay, that may be the case, but as soon as you told me about it, we got out and we moved our equipment so that that condition didn't exist anymore that we hadn't noticed.
He was trying to point out
Immediately,
the fact
and I
that
took pictures. So if they wanted to post, I would post.
They wanted to prove how we were getting special treatment.
We weren't
From
getting
the
any.
no. Yes, according to him, we were getting special treatment from the
The
Woonsocket
Woonsocket police said we could park our truck for the purposes of broadcasting the parade in this particular place. The Woonsocket police did not tell us we could block a handicap ramp.
But he also went
They
on
are
to say
completely
how,
blameless.
He went also on to say how the
We
Woonsocket
accidentally
police,
parked too close to the curb and blocked the handicap ramp.
but we were getting the special treatment from police while he was getting arrested by the Woonsocket police on another situation. So
Well, it
we
might
got
have been.
special treatment and he didn't.
Oh, is that what he told you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't talk to this guy.
No, I did. So for a few
And
minutes.
it's too bad because, like I said, but judging from what you're repeating of your conversation with him, I don't think he'd have been satisfied if I just immediately complied and apologized.
No.
He wouldn't have been happy.
No, he wouldn't have been.
Well, that's the kind of people you're dealing with here with this restaurant in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
They served people
We should burn the
because
place
they
down.
deserved to be served.
Yeah.
They didn't disrupt anything, but they were wearing the wrong uniform.
Yeah.
Or they were wearing a costume from what they
really.
were. Yeah, right. So, yeah, well, there's all kinds of people in the world, and we have to share the planet with them. We just have to pray for them, is all I can say.
Do you know down at Disney World they have the Indiana Jones stunt show?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
takes place at Hollywood Studios.
Sure.
And it shows different scenes from the Indiana Jones movie.
Sure.
Well,
Well, there were Nazis in there, SS Nazis.
they
in
have
that movie.
but in the show
Yeah.
they have changed it, and the swastika is not on the airplane.
Oh.
It's changed to it looks the same, red, white, and black, but it looks like lightning bolts now or something like that.
Huh.
So all the Nazi insignia has gone away, and I think that's just to appease some people.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't go
what are you
in the
gonna do?
movie, but
we
down
well
there it
we
does.
do want to respect people's deeply held beliefs and feelings. We do want to respect that, but you got to give respect to get respect. And this is my point. These people that we're talking about, who want to rule the world through social media, these people don't give the respect first, and so it's harder to give them respect back. We have to remind ourselves that they deserve some modicum of respect, even though they are acting disrespectfully to others.
All right, and other things going on.
That's why I say you got to pray for them.
Okay. Dave was going to want to get off his soapbox, and I'll get right back on.
I am?
Well, you wanted to because
Okay.
Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz will be in Boston on Sunday to raise money for the Harris Victory Fund. That's what
And
they're
he
calling it.
should, because he was a good boy. He raised.
A lot
I
of
remember
money.
the story. They thought that he'd raise $500,000 in Beantown. Comes back with $1 million. So
right.
you can just imagine they're going to go back and get some more of that. But this just tweaked my resentment.
And why is that?
In this campaign, the two, and I say this equally because I ain't a member of either organized party. I am a non-affiliated voter, and I'm proud of it. And I'm in the majority, by the way, in Rhode Island. So you got both candidates for President of the United States spending so much time in the, quote, battleground states, 6 or 8 of them, I don't know.
Right,
You-
Pennsylvania,
somebody,
Ohio,
somebody
Georgia.
says there's 6, somebody says there are 8,
Yeah,
whatever.
all right.
They're spending so much time in those states, I swear it appears they could register to vote in those states because they're spending so much time in those states to the exclusion of everybody else.
Right.
And Rhode Island's starting to feel a little like Alaska and Hawaii. I mean, the last time Alaska got a presidential visit, a candidate visit, was when Palin was running.
And she was the governor. So that's
Right. Okay. She was the running mate.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and Hawaii never. I understand it's expensive to get out there, and it takes a lot of time to get out there, even on an aircraft. And so you're trying to be efficient with your time and everything else like that, and I get that. But, I can't help but resent or feel some resentment that we don't matter. We're one of the 50,
Yeah.
but we don't matter. And here's the thing that keyed me again. Now, Walz is coming back out to get, and he should. He should come back and gather the money. I mean, this is what his function in the campaign is going to be. He is like number two, and number two is an honor for them to come out, and he can actually talk to people and make an impression and speak on behalf of the number one candidate in the party, and all that's well and good. And raising money is something that you absolutely have to do. So coming back to do it is just a great idea. But he's coming back. He's going to hit Massachusetts, Connecticut, and not even stop in Rhode Island.
And say hello.
Did we not make him enough money last time he came? I don't know.
Maybe not as
that
much as
might
the other
be it.
places.
Maybe he's strapped for time. But if he just took Route 95 into Connecticut, he from Boston, he would be in Rhode Island. Even if he didn't stop for anything, we don't have the tolls anymore. Even if it didn't stop for anything, just drive. A little acknowledgement, please.
It's easier to go down the Mass Pike and then take a left and go straight to Hartford.
I suppose it is. You got a point there.
If
but there's no tolls in Rhode Island.
True. All right.
You see?
Now,
if he's really thinking about the financial aspect here, and he's raising all these millions of dollars, I should think that the 450 or 490 to get from Boston to the exit to go south, what is it? I forgot the route. Is it 89 or no?
84?
It could be 84. That little stretch there with the tolls on it is eating away at your fundraising.
Well,
I got a sense of humor about this, but I thought it had to be said.
Okay. But if you're going to be at Logan Airport on Sunday around 4, I'm so sorry for you.
Oh,
that's when he flies in.
He's flying into Logan.
Oh, boy. And so the Secret Service will be just crawling like crazy over there. So
well, they should.
It's going to affect your flight somehow, some way.
Could be.
Just be aware of that. All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and Program. More coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240. And Dave, time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
This is the shorty. It's the reminder, 334 1000. That's the telephone number to call at 9 o'clock this morning and find out how the Chamber can work for you and to register for that special event on November the 1st. Ask them to tell you about it. I think you'll find it very, very worthwhile.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're here for you on the Talk of the Valley, ON Radio.
Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards. We'll be joined by Rich Elaine coming up very soon. So, Dave, I don't know if you heard about this, but and I got to hand it to the Providence police officers. They are demanding an apology from New England Patriot.
And they should.
Christian Barmore, and they should is right. They've investigated it. The police chief took a look at it. The union representative took a look at it, and they said, we did everything Right.
They
down,
released the body cam footage,
that's right.
and you could see the guy was a jerk.
Comes down to too much tint on the windows.
Right.
And they pull them
Which
over.
is against the law in Rhode Island.
Right, and they
People
pull him
don't
over.
get that.
He's got an unexpired license. He's missed it by about a week. Okay, that's
An
close.
expired
but
license.
Expired license.
Yeah.
Expired registration.
Registration.
And by about a week, and so they ended
And he wasn't, and his plates were not displayed
Yes,
in
right.
accordance with regulations.
And so they towed the Jeep.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do, and he had to get a ride from somebody else.
Right.
But and we talked about it a little bit yesterday. And what was he doing out of the car? Well, the police did ask him to step out of the car.
Yes.
So and he did, but he was just belligerent and yelling and screaming and like, "Oh, don't touch me!" and "Don't touch me!" And the police are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
So his rant about how they were prejudiced and racist that he put on his own social media has now been taken down by him. And
Well,
they said,
good. That's a good first step.
We would like a public apology done the exact same way on your social media.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get it, though.
Yeah.
Probably
they can't
not.
compel it,
No, they can't.
but they can ask for it.
But we did everything we were supposed to do in accordance with the law.
And the regulations, right? And protocols, I should say.
No, like they said, the windows are tinted so dark,
Right.
we don't know who's inside.
Right.
White, black,
That's why they
Asian,
passed the law.
Latino. We don't know who we're walking up on.
You can
How
have-
can it be racist?
You can have completely tinted black windows behind the driver's seat in
Okay.
any vehicle in Rhode Island. From the driver's the pillar where the driver's seat starts, from where their head would be, forward, there is a big limit as to how much you can tint the glass.
So that was their big point. We didn't know who was in the car. So how can we be racist?
You're right. Well, hey, that's one way of putting it.
We can't see
We can't see it. We don't know who. How are we going to be racist?
Is it a man? Is it a woman?
Right.
We don't know. So that's what they're asking for. They probably won't get it, but well, that's kind of the way it goes. Up in Massachusetts, early voting starts tomorrow. Why?
Yeah.
Why it starts on a Saturday, I don't know.
Well, they don't want to see anybody really, probably, and they figure, well, we'll start it on a Saturday, and it'll get off to a slow start.
and
Yeah.
we'll ramp it up. It's already been
Although
going on in Rhode
Saturday
Island.
could be a good day for people to go, but it does mean overtime, or they're going to have to juggle some hours at Board of Canvassers, right?
Yeah. Unless they've always been open, but I guess that would
Rhode
depend on
Island
the
started
town.
on a Tuesday
So it's everything's up and running in terms of early
because
voting.
we want to see you vote.
Here in Mass and in Rhode Island. You can also, if you've got your mail-in ballots, you can send those in at any time. Before,
Well, you can't.
you got to postmark it by
Yeah.
a certain time. Well, you can mail it, or you can actually drop it off.
Yes, you can.
Your choice.
But you would have had to request it and have your mail
Yes.
ballot by now because it's too late to request
It's
one.
too late to request one now. That's right. And they went out because I did one, and we requested it on time, and we got it right when they said we were going to get it. And I said,
Good.
Hey, there we go. That worked out nice. All right. Other things going on. They did have the second bridge demolition meeting. It lasted more than 8 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
This is I had a smile about this, and I never made any I never made any secret about. I mean, that the fact that Governor McKee and I, because we've known each other so long, because he's came through town council and Cumberland mayor and everything, that we. I mean, we're not bosom buddies or fraternity brothers, but we're friendly with each other, and I disagree on some of the stuff that he does. Some of his basic things I'm not on board with, but that's just a disagreement of public policy. As a guy, as an administrator, I look at what he does and I just got to smile sometimes. So the DOT says, okay, we're going to have this meeting, but we don't want to see in person and we don't want to rent a hall, so we're going to do it online. So anybody
Virtually,
wants to come,
Has to
we're
log
going to
in.
tell you what's going on when we start the demolition again. So a few people show up on the, I guess it's a Zoom call or whatever they used.
Something
It was
like
an
that, yeah.
online forum. And the public wasn't allowed to ask questions. The public wasn't allowed to query the officials and stuff like. But my understanding is that Alviti was not on that call. That it was all subordinates who were supposed to be doing that. So it lasts 8 minutes because the officials are done talking.
That's right.
And you don't want to pounce on them because I know they're just a bunch of working stiffs trying to get home with a paycheck, but at the same time this wasn't politic.
Right.
So it gets into the news media what they did, And the governor says, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's have another one.
All right, director, you're with me. We're both going to be on the next one. Do it again.
And they did field
and
questions
they
for the
did,
public.
and they went on, and they took questions from the people who got there, and they took the slams, and they made the answers, and they got the information across, and it lasted a lot more than 8 minutes. So congratulations to the governor by stepping in and saying, that's not how we do it in Rhode Island this time, and making it right.
All right. Rich Elaine from American Legion Post 85 has joined us.
the
How are
wrist
you?
is back.
Hello.
How are you?
I am fantastic.
Are you staying up late for the West Coast Bruins games, by the
Yeah,
way?
yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Well, no. What I did is I DVR.
You DVR'd it.
And I get up.
Right.
I get up at 5:30 in the morning,
watch it
have
then.
my cup of coffee, and fast forward.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll
Oh, so
work.
You were making
Oh,
sure that you didn't listen to Lou Mandeville before you started watching it back, because he would have told you
No,
what,
I
what
just
happened.
and I not. You wouldn't. You can't imagine how many times I've done that, and like I stay away from the radio and I stay away from this,
yeah.
and I go to a place. Now we'll sit in a restaurant, we having something to eat, and all of a sudden, hey, it's like, oh God, please don't say that.
I heard that over Autumn Fest because it was. I always give a Patriot score and updates as it goes along. And the first one was a 14-0. Houston was winning, and someone came up to me afterwards and goes, "I'm DVRing the game."
Thank you,
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
that.
And
yeah.
usually I say, "I'm about to give the Patriots score, so please block your ears if you don't want to know it."
Yeah.
But they could always tell anyway. If the Patriots are winning, so there's always a big cheer. If they're losing, there's always the big groan. So even if you are blocking your ears, you're gonna find out what
Yeah,
happened.
there you go.
What happened anyway? So,
Well, you could do
All
it
right.
with cards, Joe, and just say cover your eyes.
but that won't work well for your radio broadcast.
Well, that's true.
then,
But
hooray!
then again, I'm not sure that the radio broadcast needs that information when we're broadcasting out in Fest. I mean, we'd live
Right,
if
right.
we didn't give the updates on the scores, because if it was like really exciting, then people are going to leave the broadcast to go
watch the game.
Yeah, well, I
possibly.
don't know. I don't.
All right. Well,
You can't win on that one, Joe.
the most haunted place in Rhode Island.
And neither can the
Well,
Patriots.
no, they can't
Yeah.
win at all. Most haunted place in Rhode Island turns out to be the oldest restaurant in the United States,
The fix is in.
down there in Newport. Have you ever eaten at the White Horse?
No,
The White
no, I
Horse
haven't.
Tavern.
The fix is in. It should have been the Conjuring House
know,
in
it
Burrillville.
should
They
be the
made a
Conjuring
movie
House.
and everything, and yet
Nope, the restaurant makes it onto
this
the list.
website,
Thrill list.
Thrillist, yeah,
Thrill
right,
list. Thrill list.
yeah, Thrill List. Okay,
Nope, not the Conjuring House. They come in second.
I want to know. I want to know what the White Horse Tavern paid him.
I don't know. But guests say they've seen a ghost of a man, not a real man, but a ghost of a man standing near the fireplace where a drifter was found dead in the 1720s. They also see a colonial spirit of a man in the bathrooms upstairs. Not sure what he's doing up there, but that's what they see, they say. Okay.
Well, what do you do in a bathroom, Joe?
Well,
Come on.
I don't know if that's what this guy's doing. Most haunted place in Massachusetts? Same people did the same list. Most haunted place in Massachusetts. You'd think it'd be in Salem. It's not.
No, it's not. In
Right.
fact, it's like right around the Hopkinton
No.
area. I know there was a restaurant there at one
Yeah.
time. I don't know if it's still, the restaurant is still there,
Okay.
but I think the house is.
But the Lizzie Borden house
Okay.
is considered
Oh,
the
okay.
most
All
haunted
right.
house,
All right.
most haunted place in
That's
Massachusetts.
been renovated so many times.
That's a bed and breakfast now.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, a lot of people do this stuff about, oh, would you stay there over?
Oh yeah.
I'd sleep anywhere.
Doesn't bother
Yeah,
you?
you want to get no, you want to
See, it
you
bothers my
want to
wife.
offer me like $10 million to sleep in a place for a week? Yeah, I'm there. I
Right.
could care less.
Bothers my wife to no end.
Really? huh?
Because you can stay in the house. I think where the mother was killed,
Right.
because that was the bedroom.
Okay.
And she's like, I absolutely could not do it.
Oh,
no,
God.
just no,
Nah.
no way, no, thank you.
I've got nothing.
Doesn't bother you at all.
you know.
Not at all. Zero.
see
But
the-
you know what? I can't watch horror movies.
Like slasher movies.
Oh God,
It's a
please.
waste of your
Not
time.
me.
Is that what it is?
I remember when what's the one there with the head turns there?
The Exorcist.
Oh,
The
Exorcist,
Exorcist.
right,
When
yeah.
that first came out in the
Yeah.
70s,
70s, right?
yeah.
I worked at a factory in Worcester,
Yeah.
and I had the midnight shift. So I went out with my then girlfriend. We went about 6, 7 o'clock that night to see The Exorcist.
Right.
And I had the 11 to 7 shift, and most of the factory is closed down on a Sunday night at 11
Right.
p.m. I get there about 10:30, quarter of 11, and I go through the hallways, and it's got the kink, kink, kink,
Oh,
kink of
yeah,
all the
making
pipes in the
noises,
factory,
yeah.
right? And I'm heading toward the locker room to change. And I'm walking at my usual pace. And I walk about 15, 20 feet, kink, 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 and I start and by the time I got near that locker room, I was in a full
Sprint.
Full
sprint.
Yeah, well,
Like I'm looking. I still can't watch that.
See, I
Still
think,
can't watch that stuff.
as I think, the joke is God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And so he knows that you're alone and you've just watched this scary movie.
Scared
So
the
he's going to
hell
have
out
a
of
little
me.
fun with you.
Yeah.
Same thing with me. I watched it in college at a dorm that was on this side of campus. My dorm was on the other side of campus. And the movie started at like 11, so it ended like 1 in the morning. And I had to walk back to my dorm all alone
Yeah.
at 1 in the morning. All alone.
When your sensitivities were heightened.
Yes, and you're looking at the trees and you're looking at other buildings like, I gotta get it. I gotta make it to my building.
Yeah, absolutely.
I made it just fine. All right. Break time here on the Coffee and Program, and more coming your way. We'll be talking about Post 85 coming up. It's time for the forecast, which is being brought to you by Indeed.com.
Sunny skies today with a high near 60 degrees and a breeze from the north. Tonight, clear skies, overnight low of 37 degrees. Saturday's weather, sunshine and 69. Sunday, sunny and 72. Monday, sunny and 76. Tuesday, sunny and 73. Wednesday, sunshine and 72. And next Thursday, mostly sunny and a high near 64 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street under sunny skies, we have 45 degrees.
Looking for quality candidates this year? Look no further than Indeed. Their video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
In a world where good food, friendly faces, and unforgettable memories collide, there's one place that stands out from the rest. Gators Pub is proudly celebrating 35 years of excellence in North Smithfield. Join us at Gators Pub, where every visit feels like coming home. Our secret to success? It's simple. Our super friendly staff and mouth-watering dishes prepared fresh daily by our talented chefs. Sink your teeth into our delectable lunch specials from Monday through Thursday and savor complimentary soup to warm your soul. Enjoy the game day excitement with multiple TVs showing the Boston Red Sox while indulging in classic appetizers like our famous potato skins and pita chips. Looking for a lively atmosphere to watch volleyball games? Look no further. Pair it with our juicy burgers or the latest cocktail creations to elevate your experience. Gators Pub, your ultimate destination for good times and great food. Come and celebrate with us at Gators Pub on Route 102, just a mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Make every moment memorable at Gators Pub, where good friends and great flavors meet. Remember, there are no strangers at Gators Pub, just good friends you haven't met yet.
The Woonsocket Board of Canvassers would like to remind you that when you vote in the general election this year, all Woonsocket voters will be asked, in addition to selecting candidates for office, to approve or reject a total of 14 ballot questions. The first 5 ballot questions will be answered by all Rhode Island voters. They're statewide questions. Woonsocket voters will see an additional 9 questions, numbered 6 through 14. These 9 additional questions are charter amendments. You'll be asked to approve or reject each amendment. A vote to approve would mean changing the text of the charter, and a vote to reject means keeping the charter's language the way it is. The 9 questions, in the order they will appear on the ballot, are Question 6, Gender Neutrality. Question 7, Mayor and Council Vacancies. Question 8, Budget Ordinance Passage. Question 9, Providence Plantations Removal. Question 10, Meeting Notices. Question 11, Grant Application Approval. Question 12, Mayoral Term Limit. Question 13, City Purchasing Limits. And Question 14, Oath of Office. See the full text of the question by visiting the Board of Canvassers webpage at woonsocketri.gov.
It's Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane and Dave Richards. And this portion of Coffee In, sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspapers, which Dave happens to have in his hot little hands right now.
I do. And
What you reading, Dave?
well, the one I have in my hand right now, I was busy reading it during the break because it's got some interesting stories in there. I believe these people were in the Autumn Fest parade, the New England Witches Guild. New England Witches Guild.
They like to hang out at King Richard's Fair, too.
Third annual Witches Parade in East Providence coming up this tomorrow, as a
Okay.
matter of fact, in East Providence, followed by the festival in Crescent Park.
They were at Autumn Fest
They,
Parade.
they were in the Autumn Fest
were.
Parade,
Yep.
and they put on the most amusing
Little dance?
and display, all dressed up as traditional, stereotypical witches. Which anybody who knows any witches know that's not how they usually dress anyway. But
Black
you know,
dress,
they
black
did
hat,
the whole
brooms.
thing like the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of
Yeah,
Oz, and with the scruffy broom and the rest of that sort of stuff. And they were doing a dance and everything. I thought that was kind of cool. That's in the lifestyle section. You'll get it in all the editions of the Valley Breeze newspaper. Right now, I have the Cumberland Lincoln edition in here. Let's talk about some of the news stories that Luz Jennifer Martinez has one here from Lincoln. Victims at peace despite Oliveira case dismissal. The mother advocates for sex abuse prevention and support. And this is Francine Perry of Lincoln saying she's never going to forget the call she got from the Attorney General's office on September 23rd. Want to read more about that, pick up your Valley Breeze Cumberland and Lincoln edition. There's also a beautiful picture of a couple young ladies from Central Falls and Cumberland who are at Autumn Fest. And Charlie Lawrence took a really happy picture of them as they won some prizes at Finelli Amusements in the Carnival Games. And then 3 candidates bring their own styles to Cumberland's District 4 council race. Carlstrom, Harrington Sweet, and Lemoy. And Ethan Shorey has a story about all of those. That's Cumberland and Lincoln. Let's pick up the Woonsocket, North Smithfield, and Blackstone edition of the Breeze now. And they also have a nice picture from Autumn Fest. Charlie took of families coming down the slides. They had 2 big slides there at Autumn Fest, Finelli's did this time around. And nice color picture there. And they are having so much fun, including the mom that has a little kid on her lap coming down on the burlap sack on the big slide. That was certainly a fun weekend, and I would guess by the sunshine on that on their faces, that was Saturday.
Saturdays,
yes, probably. Okay. Emergency order issued for Sales Hill traffic in North Smithfield. Yes, you know that it's a real big problem because everyone's got these little eye thingies on their dashboard with the Waze and the Maps programs, and they're all saying, "Oh, standing in traffic on 146 South." Turn right here at Sales Hill Road.
Oh.
And it is really a bad thing to do because that road can't handle that kind of traffic. But does Waze know or care? No. They're just saying go there, and it keeps whacking at you. You got to turn right here. You got to turn right here. You got to turn right here. So you're standing in traffic, and so maybe you do. Well, they put up a sign with flashing white and blue lights. No police order. This is not a detour. And things like that, but I guess they have to come in and make it a little bit more official there. And Woonsocket mayoral candidates who were faced off in a televised debate last Friday. We talked about that before, but you can read all the story behind the story. Corey Plant has the story in the Breeze. And also New Beginnings, our friend Jean Michon.
How about this?
Finds perfect match with the purchase of Le Club Par X.
Good for her.
Absolutely.
Yay.
And I was hoping that something like that would happen because we knew that the club was up for sale. But there's restrictions in the deed. So you just can't go in there and put like condominiums or something like that. It had to be thus and so. Because I know I looked into that for the radio station one time when we were looking for a home. And then it looked to me like it might lay fallow for a while, and indeed it did for several months, but it looks like she's going to be able to get in. And she's been looking for a place forever. She hasn't made it a secret at all. But, you know, that's going to be great because they have a kitchen.
Yeah, that's right. The stove.
They have a hall.
Yeah.
And then they have where the bar was that can be used. They have coolers on the premises. And while they don't have a lot of parking, you're talking about a lot of people who aren't going to be driving there in their own
they're
personal
walking
cars.
Correct.
Where, yes, some will, but there's a significant portion of the people that would go to New Beginnings that won't be driving there or would be carpooling with someone else. So the parking problem will not be the issue that it was for the Par X. So that is a very happy story. I'm so happy about that.
Gene
Ethan
actually
Shorey.
says in the story, back to God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago now, she signed a 5-year lease to stay at St. James.
Oh.
They said, but there's a clause in there. They can get out, or either side can get out early if
Good.
the other agrees. to
Yes.
it.
And I don't imagine that the St. James people would begrudge
give a
her
heartburn
that,
that, yeah.
when they know that it goes to her mission.
Right, right.
And they're the good people at St. James, very, very good, godly people there. So I'm sure that they'll come to an agreement. Good news and all kinds of news in the Valley Breeze, plus great ads from great local businesses that you hear about right here on our radio station. Pick up the Valley Breeze, free where you shop every Thursday.
All right, there, Dave. Thanks. So Sunday is the big day.
Oh, yeah.
Over at the Post 85.
Yeah,
The forecast still says sunny and 72,
I
Rich.
know that, and Dave was up at the site last night. We did a little walkthrough and kind of discussed everything we were going to do, and finally got the tent situation straightened out. And I mean, everybody's really excited, and we're just going to have hopefully a lot of people there. I just wanted to mention something today about that. It's this Sunday. We're going to do the Vietnam Veterans dedication.
What time?
Starts at 1 o'clock. The ceremony starts at 1 o'clock. We do end with the day going to be as beautiful as it is. And some of the things we have planned, we're just telling people that there's, as far as at the post, we probably got about 40, 45 parking places in the lot. But the United Plastics of America, which is just adjacent to the memorial site, they're going to allow us to use their parking lot, and then we got the city municipality across the street there, the people that do the recycling and stuff like that. All that's going to be open for parking. So just if you're going to come down there and go, oh gee, the parking lot's full, well, just realize that you can use any of those areas to park also. But everything's going to start at 1 o'clock. We have a rifle team going to be up there to do a salute. We have the Rhode Island Highlanders, which is a bagpipes.
Yeah.
They're going to be up there.
Salutatory
doing
bagpipe group.
Yeah, they are just, I mean, you can look them up online. They're just something else. We're not going to have the full contingency of 30 up there, but talking to Sam last night, one of the members there, she's one of the drummers, and she said there'll be about a dozen of them there. So it's going to be really, really special. Of course, it's just to honor our Vietnam veterans. And Sam was telling me that her father, who really doesn't like to take, he's wheelchair bound, and he really doesn't like to take part in anything like that. And he's one of these Vietnam veterans that felt like they never got their just. They got so disrespected when they came back. And then this man, Silver Star, 2 Purple Hearts, served this country valiantly in Vietnam, and he is going to be there. So, all I can tell people to do, if you're a Vietnam veteran, you're out there, the family of a Vietnam veteran, please come out on Sunday and just honor the Vietnam veterans. We've got a plethora of speakers coming there. A lot of our local politicians are going to be there. The Valley Breeze has been invited. We've invited just about every media outlet in the area, including WOON, who's going to be there with a live broadcast.
Yeah.
Dave is going to be.
This is going to be a web broadcast, folks, because I don't. They're going to shish kebab me if I take Casey Kasem off the air on the radio side. So it's just going to be TV broadcast.
Okay. Yep. But Dave's going to be there with his equipment, and we're just looking forward to having a fantastic day. We anticipate the ceremony lasting roughly a half hour, 45 minutes. We're going to try to limit the speakers to 2 or 3 minutes apiece, but we got politicians coming, so good luck with that.
Get out the hook.
No, but all the people that are coming realize that this is a program we want to move right along. One shout out I do want to give out there is the gentleman that's doing our wreath. He's going to the floral shop that's doing our wreath. Brian's Country Greenery in Bellingham. Thank you so much to Brian. You know, and he's so, I don't know if you guys know him at all, but Brian is so giving, and just about anybody that walks into his place and needs some help like that, Brian's right there 99% of the time. So thank you to Brian for doing the wreath, and we're gonna have some, you know, we'll have some food and beverage and things like that for after the ceremony. So, like I said, if you got nothing to do on Sunday, 1 o'clock, you don't want to sit down and watch the Patriots. They're not doing that well.
No, they'll be done.
Oh, they'll be done. That's
Because
right.
they're
It's
playing at 9:30.
9:30
Yeah,
game,
9:30
yeah.
So
in
the
the
game will
morning.
be over.
Yep.
So you can,
Yeah.
after they lose, you can come over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So come on down to the American Legion Post 85
You
and
picked
just
the right afternoon there, kid.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, and just see a wonderful ceremony. And before, did you got to take a break right now, Joe? Or
No, finish
okay.
your
Well,
thought.
what I want to do is that we had coins made up, memorial coins for Sunday. One side's got the American Legion logo on it, Post 85, and the other side has got Vietnam Veterans Dedication, October 20th, 2024. So I'd just like to present Joe, you a coin, and Dave a coin.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's
Brad.
nice.
Thank
And,
you.
you know, for all you guys do for our veterans and
Thank
stuff
you.
like that. You know,
Oh,
like-
gold and red, my goodness, yeah.
But those coins, by the way,
That's
are going to be
striking.
on sale at the American Legion Post on Sunday as a memorial to the dedication ceremony. And like I said, it's only $10 for the coin.
No, I'm putting up for camera one.
Yep.
Oh,
And
Can we see that?
yeah, I mean, right across the top there's a Vietnam Veterans Dedication Ceremony, I think, or Vietnam Veterans
yes, it
Dedication.
does.
The date's on the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah, October 20th, 2024, and then of course the
That's
others.
the obverse side.
Yeah, yeah,
No, that was the reverse side.
Yeah.
The obverse is the American Legion.
American Legion logo. Yep. So, like I said, we're going to have those on sale on Sunday.
Thank you.
I only have
Thanks.
60 left out of the original 150 we ordered. So if you're coming on Sunday, I would tell you to get your $10 out because I imagine those 60 coins are going to fly.
very good.
And the profit we make off of those coins, by the way, we're going to dedicate that profit to assisting homeless veterans.
Very good. That's excellent. However, we do have to take a break here on the Coffee and program. More coming up, and this portion of Coffee and has been brought to you by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
As drivers, we encounter motorcycles on the road every day, and motorcycle safety is a two-way street. So give motorcycles extra space when stopping and starting. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Share the road, but never try and share a lane. Every rider could be a father, a son or a brother, a mother, a daughter or a sister, or the whole world to someone very special. Brought to you by the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Celebrate St. James CYO and Youth Ministry in Manville, Rhode Island. In honor of the parish's 150th anniversary, a CYO and Youth Ministry open house reunion will be held on Sunday, October 27th from 1 to 4 p.m. in the parish gym. Reconnect with friends and relive your favorite memories from sports, dances, plays, singing in the choir, and more. For more information, visit stjamesmanville.org. That's S-A-I-N-T, jamesmanville.org. Don't miss out. Spread the word and celebrate with us.
It's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us with Joe Callahan, along with Dave Richards and Rich Lane from Post 85. Anything else going on at the Post that you wanted to mention, Rich, while we still got time?
Well, you want to know what? Realistically, just really pushing that day on Sunday.
Just
It's
Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And like I said, any Vietnam veterans out there, if you're listening, or any of the families, one thing we're going to do, and if you allow me this, what we're going to do is we are going to be announcing the names of the Woonsocket residents that were KIA in Vietnam. And there were 19 of them. So we are going to be announcing those names, and we've got a little special ceremony we're going to do during that time period. So, come on out, I guess.
All right, very good. Just take a look at other things going on. Good news, tobacco use among American teenagers is at a new low. On Thursday, the CDC and the FDA announced teen tobacco use is now the lowest it's been in the last 25 years.
Yay!
That's good news. The number of teens who use any kind of tobacco has dropped from 2.8 million in 2023 to 2.2 million. Vaping specifically saw a big drop over the last year from 2.1 down to 1.6. And the CDC says teen cigarette smoking is very low now at just 1.4% among teens in 2024. So good
Yeah,
for teens.
that's good news. I'm just wondering if the study is taking a look at marijuana use.
No, this is just tobacco.
Just tobacco.
And maybe they moved.
Okay, yeah, maybe they moved over to another side.
I would have thought that the vaping was still going up.
No, I would agree with that. Yeah, I thought
it's good that that's coming down as well. So we had this story yesterday. I thought it was kind of funny, Rich. I don't know if you heard it. We'll bring it up again. There's a doctor out in California. She goes to a Thai restaurant, and now she's suing the Thai restaurant because the spicy food was too spicy.
Don't they usually have the little jalapeno peppers or something like that in here, whatever
she
you order? And
she ordered the spicy Dragon Balls appetizer.
Okay.
And according to the suit, the meal is advertised as spicy. So she asked them if they could make it with less heat, since she doesn't tolerate spicy foods well. I guess they said okay, and then they brought out whatever they brought out. All right?
Oh.
And when she ate the dish, she said she felt her entire mouth, the roof of her mouth, her tongue, her throat, and her nose burned like fire. And her eyes and nose watered, and she began coughing. She wants medical expenses, lost income, and damages.
Good luck with that, lady.
The case goes before a jury next August.
God, please.
So
please.
you can sue anybody for anything, Rich, whether or not you win.
No,
that's
no,
another
no,
thing. I don't think she wins this.
No, God, no,
by the way.
please.
You
got, first of all, what is it, a Thai restaurant?
It's a Thai restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect?
Which is known for spicy
Yeah,
food.
absolutely. I mean,
So
what
why
are you
why are you
yeah,
eating there?
yeah.
Anyway, even though they might have made it with less heat, I don't know what kind of meat they're using in Dragon Ball's appetizers, but maybe it's naturally hot anyway.
No, I think
I don't
Like
know.
salami.
Yeah, something like that.
Sometimes salami can be hot.
And I have issues with spicy food too, and so I know what to stay away from. And if it says, oh, it's not, it doesn't, especially when we say, oh, it doesn't have that much spice, it's already got too much for me.
Yeah, but you read the story. She told the server,
Make it less.
tame it down.
Make it with less heat.
Yeah, tame it down, and then it came in too hot.
Well,
maybe-
yeah, but how do
maybe-
you know? How do you know
what's-
how much they tamed it down? I mean,
Yeah.
it might have been like
what was it, and what did it end up coming as?
Yeah.
I
Right,
see
you
your
don't know.
point.
And so, did they keep some of it and say, here, give it to the lawyer and see, is this?
yeah.
But what's spicy to you, Rich, and to Dave and to me is three different things. It's,
There you
it's-
go.
It's all
There you go.
subjective.
Yeah.
It is.
And
Well,
you
what
gotta-
are these places like? I know they're all over the country where you go into these bars or something, and they got these potato chips or something. They got different levels of
Yes, they
heat.
do.
Yeah.
And you actually have to sign waivers
I think someone has died
Good.
from eating
To-
this.
Good.
before they let you have it. You
Yeah.
got to say, and
That's smart.
we won't sue, we won't do nothing. If I sit here and have a heart attack while I'm eating this, you're not responsible. And yeah,
All right. So just be careful. If it says spicy, it's going to be spicy.
it's going to be spicy.
just the way it is.
Absolutely. If it says hot on the coffee cup, guess what?
It's hot.
It's hot.
That woman won that lawsuit against McDonald's. Anyway, one of the backlashes of the two hurricanes that came across down there in the south, especially Milton, down there in Florida, health officials are reminding Floridians you got to stay out of the floodwaters. Cases of flesh-eating bacteria are on the rise in St. Petersburg.
Oh yeah. honey.
Pinellas County is leading the state in infections. They're at 13. The state health department says there are currently at least 70 cases and 11 deaths tied to Vibrio fulminius across 24 counties. The bacteria typically lies in warm seawater. The rare infection can enter a woman's body, someone's body, I should say, through undercooked shellfish or open wounds. many communities, especially in Tampa Bay and Central Florida, recovering from the flooding caused by Hurricane Milton. So, one more thing to worry about.
I was down, and I remember years ago when I was down in New Orleans after Katrina.
Okay.
You know, with the military, and yeah, I mean, you just wouldn't believe some of the stuff.
And stuff
Oh
like
God,
that was just
please!
popping up
Yeah,
everywhere.
I remember we were going down this access road after a day of duty, and they had these huge bilge pumps, like 36 inches in diameter, like just pumping all the water away from the flooded areas. And a couple of them were shut down, and we stopped our convoy, and for some reason, something up ahead. And I was talking to one of the guys at the bilge pumps. I said, what do you break down? He goes, no, we got to clean the filters every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even want to say what was in the filters, because
Everything's in the
you name it.
Yeah.
You name it, from livestock to bodies to, you know. So, yeah, imagine it can get kind of raunchy.
I bet it could. All right, the good news in Medford, Oregon. Does anyone know anyone in Oregon?
Oh, I certainly do.
Okay. A fall run.
Alan Archer still lives in Portland, Oregon.
All right. A fall run Chinook salmon has returned to a
Chinook
salmon has returned to a tributary of the Klamath River above the former J.C. Boyle Dam. It's the first salmon to make the 230-mile swim since the dam was built in 1912.
Well, if you lived out there, that would be like a addendum to the addendum to the addendum on the story, which we weren't paying attention to. It's been going on for decades that they were removing dams for the sole purpose of letting the salmon spawn. And now they removed, I think it's 4 dams.
4 dams, yeah.
Right, off that river. And now this is the furthest up the river, 200-something miles?
230 miles.
That this salmon has been able to get to. They couldn't get to it because of the dams before. But it's nice to know that they're still trying, and now they're still being successful because the dams were removed. Big thing for the environmentalists out there. Very big thing. And the salmon are pretty happy too.
And so are the bears. Who
right.
love eating the salmon.
That's right.
The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife and the Klamath tribes are working to monitor the salmon's return. They are also hoping to find coho salmon, steelhead, and Pacific lamprey as they move upriver. Do you fish, Rich? Any of these things ringing a bell?
None at all.
None? Okay.
None.
Okay,
None.
well, if you don't fish for salmon, okay.
No, I am not a fisherman.
All right, well, it's good. It's good for the fish. All right. Well, you may have heard. You probably don't know who the person is, but an entertainer for the younger people in the group One Direction passed away. 31 years old. His name is Liam Payne. Looks like he fell off a balcony from the 3rd floor at a hotel in Buenos Aires.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, and I also saw that they were supposed to have a report on the. I saw it a little bit in the news this morning. They're supposedly going to put the toxology report out, and I don't know if they've done that.
Not yet. The most we got, the most up-to-date stuff is there's a show in the United States called America's Got Talent. There's a show in the UK called Britain's Got Talent, and they're postponing their latest taping because of the death of the former One Direction member. The show's production company said it was postponing auditions because he passed away, and I guess a lot of people knew him, so they're all still in mourning over this guy passing away.
You know, something it's sad, and you just hope it's something like. I mean, you always start to think the worst. I guess that
you hope it's an accident.
Yeah. You hope it's an accident, not one of these ones where you get these entertainers sometimes that just go off the deep end. And, You know.
The other band members just say they're completely devastated. The loss of their friend. They're processing their loss. Nothing yet on the toxicology report.
Yeah,
so I'm sure. I think we had it on our news. Dave just said the immediate ME said, well, he died from blunt force trauma. His body hitting the ground.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The fall doesn't kill you. It's that immediate
stop.
Cement will stop you pretty quick.
And there's just no give to it.
No. That's right.
So there we go. Nothing about just more lawsuits are coming against Sean Diddy Combs. They're all coming out now. bizarre parties this guy was having, and now we're up to what, 230 or so.
He is going to get off of this somehow, some way, cut a deal or whatever. He is going to squeal like a pig.
He's gonna. Well,
and I'm going to tell you right now, I think we're just going to be absolutely shocked at the names that are going to come out, because once he
names.
Once he starts naming names, it's going to be like everybody's going to be running for cover. You know,
well, let's see.
I bet you there's going to be some deals worked out there.
Quite possibly. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the show for today. We thank you very much for listening. Rich, best of luck on Sunday with your Vietnam veterans.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to having Dave down there doing his broadcast, and we're going to have a beautiful day in the 70s. Sun's going to be shining, and we're just going to do something great for the Vietnam veterans.
All right, very good. Thanks, Rich. Dave, thanks for coming in as well today.
Yes, well, I'm very happy to be there on Sunday. Thanks so much for the advanced coin.
Yes, thanks for the coin.
I didn't think I had a snowball's chance of getting one of these on Sunday, because I said that would be a nice thing to have, and then you brought it to me here on the show. That's very kind. Thank you very much,
You're
Rich.
very welcome.
We'll see you on Sunday, and see everybody else too as well, or they'll see us one way or the other.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, Joe. We'll see you on the radio on Monday morning too.
Very good. Have yourself a great weekend. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do your members at 9:30.
Oh boy, Friday.
ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. The Rhode Island Department of Transportation had a second public meeting